the sidelines. Has a man wide open. It's tipped. It's picked off. MJ Devonshire. Got Mace. He's going to take it to the end zone. Pittsburgh takes the lead.
He loves those moments. It reminds me of last year in the Garden against St. John's. And guys just stepped up. Blake hits a what the hell 3. You know, we're like, what are you doing? And he's done that all year.
Klicka out to Bizzario. It's over. The Pitt Panthers have upset Wisconsin.
Anybody if he hits his field goal. Up and got it. Sauls does it again.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Simplify Podcast. I'm your host, Zack and Mason, joined as always by my co-host, Mason Kling. Just us two, but first off, how you doing, Mason?
Well, we're previewing week 0, so I'm pretty damn good, Zach. I'm pretty damn good.
College football is fucking back.
It's back.
Listen, it's not the college football we want, but it's the college football we deserve. We've been waiting a long time.
We're going to place a lot of dumb bets this week 0. We might lose a little bit of money, or we might get rich. I don't know, but it's college football. It's being played. We're here.
Listen, you're a braver man than me if you bet on this slate. I don't think I would touch a single game. Before we get to our quick preview, we do have some really important news to share that was brought to our attention before the podcast started recording, and that is that a large cheese pizza from Antoons is now $10.99. Is Pittsburgh a failed city? Have the demon Democrats overran the city and caused this staple price? Do you know how, like, for hurricanes you have the Waffle House indicator and, like, the severity of the hurricane is based on how many Waffle Houses are closed in an area?
Yeah.
Is the Antoons large cheese pizza an indicator of inflation in Joe Brandon's America?
There's a direct correlation. Thanks, Biden.
So if Joe Biden wants to win the soul of America, he needs to go campaign in that little gravel lot that I don't really know why it exists next to Antoons. And he needs to talk to Antoon, my old landlord. Shout out to my old landlord who went by 3 different names. I'm not really even sure what his real name is, but tell him to take that fucking pizza price back down. That is a $6 pizza. It's not an $11 pizza. Was it $5 at one point, or am I mistaken?
I'd believe you.
Probably at some point.
When you're when you're that drunk, stumbling down to Antoon's Pizza, does it really matter if you're spending $5 or $6? No.
Absolutely not.
Does it matter if you're spending $11? Yes.
And you know what this is? Sorrento's was driven extinct. There's no more natural predators for the Antoon's pizzas, so they've been allowed to flourish like deer in Pennsylvania. We have to have hunting seasons on Antoon's pizza.
Well, it is O week. If there was ever a hunting season, it would be this one.
I mean, you could just run around and just slap the box out of people's hands. That would be incredibly rude, but I think it's something that we need to return the balance to the pizza scene of Oakland.
Next on TikTok, pizza slapping.
Pizza slapping? Hold up. What was the underground build your own pizza place called?
Oh, Pie Express?
Pie Express? Is Pie Express still open? Do you know?
I don't believe so.
I'm gonna double check this because that's really the only competitor in Oakland, right? Lots of closed.
And that is Pie Express.
Well, I guess you have Pizza Romano, but that place has always been like ridiculously expensive. Pie Express. Permanently closed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Did they open any new pizza places? No. For some reason, Permani Bros is listed under pizza places in Oakland, Pennsylvania. Oh, you have Larry and Carol's. Okay, Larry and Carol's. I forgot about them.
True.
You always felt like the guy behind the counter there wanted to kill you, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had like pork chop tattooed on his knuckles or something like that.
He had Larry and Carol, but like he just left a vowel out, so it was like Lurie and Curl.
It was a license plate. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We spent about 5 minutes talking about pizza. Let's actually talk about football. The reason that we're here. Week 0. I'd be lying if I said this was a good slate, but are we going to watch it anyway?
Every second.
Every second. All right.
It's
so
like the king of week 0 is you get like the lines where it's like minus 42 and like or like minus 30, and you're just like, what do I even do with this? Is this worth it?
Can you hold up? I'm going to cut this out, but I actually am going to pull up the lines because that is.
I have them right here.
You've got them right there. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's start off. So all of these games are on Saturday. There's no funky Thursday, Friday night games. There will be in week 1, but we'll get to that later. First matchup, Navy versus Notre Dame, 2:30 p.m. That's being played in Ireland. What's the line here? I'm going to guess Notre Dame minus 15.5.
Not too far off. Notre Dame minus 20.5.
Okay, that's pretty far off.
Yeah. First look at Sam Hartman.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm sure Notre Dame will probably make some pretty funky Irish uniforms. I don't know if I've seen anything about that, but you got to think they're going to do something, right?
They did make funky Irish uniforms. Hold up, I can. The Notre Dame ones I actually don't hate. The Navy ones are actually pretty cool too. They've got the I don't know what you call them, the Irish like interlocking pattern on them. I just sent you a link to them. I like the Navy ones a little bit better, but they didn't go too far off. They surprisingly they did not incorporate any green like they like to, but I think they did a really good job.
I'm surprised. These are actually pretty subtle for
Notre Dame, yeah.
Yeah. Not too often I feel like you get like a true gold helmet matchup like this. They went all in on that.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, this is definitely one of, I don't know, when you look across the slate, probably the best quality of football that we're gonna get, even though you're looking at a 20-point line. Notre Dame, obviously a very good team. Navy's nothing to sneeze at. So this is probably the one I say I'm looking forward to the most.
I think it's probably the best average quality of football. You're getting an okay Navy team probably, and then a good Notre Dame team. Definitely not the closest in team quality. There will be some other games that'll be closer, just based on these teams are closer to the median. I don't know if Sam Hartman's gonna be that challenged by Navy because they have much smaller players on the line compared to Notre Dame's linemen. I am interested to see how Navy defends the run because I think that's what you want to look for as a Pitt fan, because obviously we're a run-heavy offense and you want to see what they do. I mean, the triple's not the same, but you want to see what they do versus a run-heavy team like Navy.
Yeah, it'll be a good little scouting report.
Yep.
Where is this Aviva Stadium? Is that just a soccer stadium? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think it's in Dublin. I think it's like their big stadium.
I gotcha. No doubt going to be some awesome drone pics of the White Cliffs and stuff like that as they're going in and out to commercial. So honestly, not the most American way to bring in college football, but I don't hate it.
I actually really do like the Ireland games. I think also sneaky, no one's talking about this, going to be a great game for pictures that are just posted of random ass jerseys you're going to find at that game. That British NFL fans always wear the most random jerseys. I think we had a couple of those last year with Northwestern and Nebraska, but I'm excited to see what jersey someone pulls out of their ass at this game.
Yeah, we've got to have some Pitt alum over there or something. If I see a Pitt jersey, I'll be very content. I doubt it.
Study
You
abroad.
never
You got to
know.
think that there's like people on study abroad from colleges that are going to go to this game.
I would hope so. If you're there, you ought to be. You ought to
Yeah,
be at
for
this
sure.
game.
All right, let's move on. So that's the only game of the 2:30 slot. Next game's at 5:30. You got UTEP at Jacksonville State. I got no thoughts on this. It's welcome to the FBS for Jacksonville State. Is their
Yeah.
first?
Line on this is even, so it's a pick 'em.
I guess I'll go UTEP. They're probably a little bit better.
That's what I like to think too. But yeah, they definitely just kind of jammed that one in the 5:30 time slot, trying to bury it.
It'll be the only game on for like an hour and a half, so
Yeah, exactly.
you're gonna have to watch it.
Exactly.
Let's move on. We got UMass at New Mexico State at 7:00 on ESPN. This is probably gonna be the only time UMass is on national TV. For good reason. UMass stinks. I got no thoughts on this game either.
I'll give you the line anyway. Or do you want to take a guess at it?
Give me the Aggies by 13.
7.5. They're going to keep it a
Really?
little closer than that. Is what Vegas thinks.
Man, UMass one of the worst teams in the country last year. I don't know about that.
Well, there you go. Now you know. When you don't know the line and then you guess the line, that just gives you an idea of what you can bet on this week.
Yeah, I mean, I think they have like Clemson's old backup quarterback there. I'm not sure though. I don't really keep too many tabs on UMass. Also at 7:00, Fox Sports 1, you got Ohio at San Diego State. Now this is actually pretty interesting. San Diego State has not been as good as like historically has been lately, but that's actually a very good group of 5 matchup. Like if I had to pick the best game of the weekend, it might be this one.
Yeah, I agree with you. When you look at like quality of football plus the competitiveness of the teams, this is probably the best one in the slate. Because the line is at, well, take a guess. Take your guess here on the line. This was an interesting one.
Give me Ohio by 1.
San Diego State 2.5. So they're playing in San Diego. They got those 2 or 3 points for home field advantage.
Yeah.
Should be a fun one.
I like Ohio here just because they have a competent offense and San Diego State doesn't. Also, I forget who Ohio's quarterback is, but I think it's the guy who had the crazy touchdown for Jacksonville was the younger brother, their old quarterback. They do a decent quarterback at Ohio, so I like them to win that one. Once again, probably the best game there. Then you have Hawaii going to Vanderbilt. We mentioned on the last episode, Vanderbilt is undergoing stadium construction. They have an entire end zone's worth of seats that aren't there. I believe the announced capacity for the game is going to be something like under 30,000. It's Vanderbilt. Doesn't really matter. They might sell out a game for once. I mean, listen, Vanderbilt beat them 63-10 last year. I don't think this is going to be particularly close, but it's going to be a very all-time funny stadium picture game.
Yeah, definitely.
Can't wait for that drone shot.
There were already some very funny ones this week. Give me your guess. Give me your guess on the line. This one's tough, especially what you said about the kind of the score last year. Where do you think Vandy's sitting?
32.5.
No, we got Vanderbilt minus 17.
Really?
Huh.
I'm just throwing out numbers here.
Yeah, dude. I mean, if I didn't have this in front of me, I probably would have put out a similar number there. So next week, for week 1, you can do the reverse on me and do the opposite quiz, and we'll see how I do.
We'll think about it. I think I like guessing numbers. It's pretty fun. Moving on, 8:00 on Pac-12 Network. So no one's actually gonna be able to watch this game, but it's San Jose State at USC.
Even if it was on ESPN, would anybody watch this game? Because this is going to be a shit pumping.
Wouldn't it be funny if they lost though? It would be really funny.
Oh, dude, it's almost time for a wouldn't it be funny of the week, huh?
Oh, fuck, that's right.
I guess that'll be the honorary.
That is
honorary
the
first
be
pick.
funny, yeah.
Wouldn't
I
it
mean,
be funny?
if USC's defense is as bad as I said it would be on the last episode, this could get really funny. But I'm gonna guess USC by 21.
31.
What the fuck? We had 2 games reversed. What the fuck? Like, okay, sure. Why not? All right. Then the night ends with Florida International at Louisiana Tech at 9 o'clock on CBS Sports Network.
More CUSA.
More, really, they're feeding us some CUSA slop this week. We're going to eat it anyway. Give me Louisiana Tech by 5.
11.
Yeah, Florida International is bad. Did you see the Miami Vice uniforms they dropped?
No.
They're sick. Like, they're Miami Heat level quality uniforms.
That's awesome.
It sucks that they're being wasted on a terrible team, but they're cool.
I will say, if nothing else, they'll get a couple South Florida recruits that want to go and wear cool jerseys. But
bingo. All right. Yeah, game of the week: Ohio at San Diego State, or maybe Navy Notre Dame, depending on how you like your flavor of football. But really, that's it. It's week 0. It's football. We're getting back into the swing of podcasting. We got to have a warm-up week. We got to have our cupcake week, and this is it.
Am I going to parlay every single one of these games? Absolutely.
If you took all the favorites, I don't think it would even make that good odds, right? I don't think.
No, we'll take them. We'll take them spread and stuff. We might move things around a little bit, but I would like at least some form of interest on every single one of these games, so I can force myself to watch it. Get right season for week 0.
There we go. We're getting right. This is our 2-a-days. This is our 2 days. We're sitting our ass down on the couch. We're not just watching. We're listening. We're listening to what these teams have to say. We're sitting our white asses down and listening to UMass football.
I don't know if I want to hear what they have to say. I'm going to be honest.
All right. That's going to do it all for us. We'll be back next week with a interview with Dom Campbell, our friend on the Pit Beat. He'll be recapping training camp for us. We'll be previewing week 1. There's not a lot to preview. A little behind the scenes look here. There's not a lot to preview against Wofford, so we'll be looking at the national picture for week 1. But we're going to get a good report from training camp, and we'll see you next week. If you like the pod, give us a follow at Simplify Pod on Twitter. You can find all of your hosts' Twitter accounts in the bio there, and we'll see you next time.
Hail to Pitt.